Hey gang, welcome to the Cross-Eyed Texan, and we are finally going to talk about the 2020 release of Calvin Klein's Eternity Cologne EDT. And tell you what, this one was a tough one to do research on because of the term cologne. But don't let that fool you, it is an EDT, and here's the box. Okay? None on the side. We've got the Calvin Klein moniker on the top. We've got some information here on the back. We've got our batch code and a QR code there on the back. It is the typical Calvin Klein fare. Calvin Klein Eternity bottle. This one's see-through. And it has the typical, fairly decent Calvin Klein atomizer. Let's talk about the note breakdown that I got from Base Notes. And it's not your typical Calvin Klein kind of note breakdown. Here, so I'm going to hold that up so you can see it. Alright, so in the top notes we have aldehydes, we have ginger and juniper. In the heart notes we have cardamom, mastic, bourbon, and geranium. I love geraniums. At the bottom we have ambroxan, lauranox, and oak moss. I had to look up what mastic and lauranox is. And lauranox is a synthetic note that mimics ambergris. So that's what that is. And ambroxan, we all know what that is. And mastic is apparently a compound made from a plant. Okay, so what is the overall scent of this fragrance? It is very aldehydic. It's the best way to explain aldehydes, I think, is it's like carbonation for your nose. Okay, you know that fizzy thing you get when you have a strawberry soda or something along those lines? That's what aldehydes are, just in the olfactory sense. The ginger and the juniper berries jump out immediately. They are front and center, but it's not a ginger bomb overload. The ginger and the geranium and the juniper berries work together very well. And the cardamom and the bourbon and the geranium follow up and undergird everything. This is one of the most homogeneous fragrances that I own. And nothing really is accentuated above anything else until the dry down. In the dry down, you're going to get a lot more ambroxan. You're going to get a lot more of the oak moss. This is a very mature and less sweet. It is old school men's perfumery, I think. You know, that's what it reminds me of. Very old school men's perfumery. Because it's not just candy sweet and tastes like it's been drugged through a cotton candy factory. So I think a lot of older gentlemen will like this, but still, if you were any age from your 20s, you could wear this, but I don't see very many 20-year-olds wearing this. Now, as far as performance goes, it falls in line with typical Calvin Klein Eternity fragrances. It is not a beast, but it's not a slouch either. I get about 6 hours, 7 hours when I wear this, and I've been wearing this one for this is probably my 10th or 11th wear. I've been wearing fragrances more and more before I report on them, so that's why it takes me longer to get videos out, because I don't think a couple of times is enough, especially with ambroxan, because ambroxan in certain fragrances makes me nauseous. I had to give away my Dylan Blue. I loved the way it smelled, but during the dry down, 5 or 6 hours into it, it would start giving me a headache, and I started making notes of that, and I wore that stuff probably 30 or 40 times. I loved it, but it gave me a headache, and I couldn't think of anything else that was doing that. Sillage is where this thing shines. Okay? I've said this in a lot of my videos, but I don't think everything in my fragrance arsenal, and there's about $150 or 150 bottles behind me. I don't think everything in my fragrance arsenal needs to be beast mode. Okay? There's certain, it's like having a bunch of long sleeve shirts in your closet. You don't always need a long sleeve shirt. Sometimes you need a t-shirt. You need a short sleeve shirt. Overall, what do I think about this? I was going to title this one Meh, but I don't really think it's a meh. I think it's something unique from the line. This is still my favorite in the line. That's why it's half gone. This stuff is insane. And we're going to go over my entire Calvin Klein collection. I'm still scripting it out and getting all the notes. But I really like this. When I want something old school that's not going to push people away, this is going to get used quite a bit. I really like this. Can you wear it anytime you want? This is a great year-round fragrance. And I can't wait for it to get cooler in the fall, because I think this stuff will shine pretty well in the fall. But it's very versatile. You could dress this one up or dress it down. But it's a good casual scent too. And that's what I like about Calvin Klein fragrances. I paid $30 for this with shipping. You can pick it up just about anywhere. I got this one from the Perfume Spot, I believe. Don't get this one from Amazon, because they're nerds are still charging $100 for this. And while I love Eternity for Men, none of them are worth $100. Not a bloody one of them are worth $100. So, do I recommend this? Absolutely. If you want some old school masculine fragrances, in fact, I may share this with my friend Cordell and see what he thinks about it. But this is an old school masculine fragrance, and I enjoy it. So, if you got $30 to spend, pick it up. You may like it. Who knows? We're going to do the shave video tomorrow. I've waited this long. I can wait one more day. And we'll do the shave video on Saturday night like we normally do. Anyway, that's my take on it. It's the first of the month that's coming up. I'm going to be picking up some new fragrances. And I've got one right here that I've been wearing that I haven't said anything about. We may do this one tomorrow. This stuff is hella good. I like it. Never smelled the original, but that doesn't stop me from liking something. Anyway, thank you guys for subscribing. Leave comments. Tell me what you think about Calvin Klein fragrances. I think they're a great bargain. But anyway, thank you for watching. God bless y'all. Just don't take care of yourself. Take care of somebody else, because that's where the reward is. Thank you for watching and subscribing. Bye-bye.